in NFL Week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Watch the pass.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense... And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Titan football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Mariota to throw it. He gets it to Humphries. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. A first down carry for Henry. And this play will be blown up. Result, negative yardage.
Blue 18. Red 18. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. 3.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It was Jaron Reed who got him down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, Mariota. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Succa. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rosen. He's going to go for a big play down into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
first down. Henry. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On second down and 4, Mariota. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Brings up third down and 4.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. On third down, it's Lewis. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Middle.
Faking the give to Drake, now Rosen. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Tackles. Max 22, Max 22. Don't get nervous.
Throwing, Mariota. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Raekwon McMillan. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit a little screen soon.
To throw Mariota, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down again.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here, and I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. 2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Mariota now. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Von Miller in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Mariota. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Ready? Time, Katie. Come on. You better bring it.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mariota completes it to Davis. Powers ahead at the 45. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
At the 43-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. Mariota gives to Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Obi Melifonwu with the tackle. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 32.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I got him. 1. Under 10. 33.
Now Lewis here on first down. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Mariota. This one caught by Davis. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down.
All day, every day. Where are they, team? Shit. Hey. 1. Check 52. Check 24. Check. 3.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
At their own 5-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Second and 5 now. Rosen. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's 3rd and 5.
3rd down and 5 yards to go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Middle. Watch out.
Final play of the half here. It's Rosen. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. This fielded at the 2. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Mariota. And this is incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Check. Watch the shot.
A 2nd down run with Lewis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
In your face.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Tighten up. One. Mark 22. Hey, pick your game up.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
6-6, pull it high.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now on 2nd and 13. Rosen. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 12-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for that. He's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Mariota going to give to Lewis. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line.
And the shovel pass to the running back goes for no yardage, but they used to call that the Utah pass, made famous by Coach Cactus Jack Curtis and his quarterback, Lee Grosscup.
Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable for Grant. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now Rosen on 1st down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run. This is Lewis. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch the whip. Deuce. Sponge. No.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I can't believe they even let you play.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Henry. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. On 3rd down, Henry. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And Suckup will put this one right through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure comes and down goes Rosen. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. It's caught. Nelson. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Rosen now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Bravo.
37's the Mike. Mike 37.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And an alley to run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Monday.
Play action here with Rosen. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Throwing again on second down. Rosen. Past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And not wanting to take a shot out of the pocket. He tucks it and goes down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Here's Rosen to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. Yet another interception. And I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but and into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Delaney Walker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Now a desperation throw deep, and that's caught inside the 35. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Rosen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 10, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Here we go, here we go. Double tack, double tack.
3 down, 3 down.
Mariota with a knee to the ground, and that should be it. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Tennessee, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis,